Hello. This past week I've shared some pictures of some outfits. And in those pictures, I had some much longer hair than I have right now. And I have had a bunch of you ask me about it. And so I thought I'd just get on and do a little post about the hair that I had and kind of show you a little way about how I do it. It's super easy. They're actually clip-in extensions from... They're actually from before I got married. I wore them in my wedding. I wore them in a couple friends' weddings when I was a bridesmaid. So these things are like almost 14 years old. And I got them from a salon. The girl that did my hair was selling them at the time, and she was kind of learning how to do them. So I got them, and they were awesome. And I used to wear them all the time. And some of you guys know, about 2 years ago, I had breast cancer and underwent chemo and radiation and all that, and I lost all my hair. And so in the past couple years, this is where I'm at now. Like this is 2 years of hair growth from completely bald until now. And so I really haven't been able to wear my clip-in extensions because my hair was so short that it was very, like it didn't blend in well. And so I feel like I'm at the length now which you can kind of see how long it is. I'm at the length now where I can now wear them and they blend in a little bit better when I curl them. So I'll just show you. So these are real hair clip-in extensions. And like I said, they're so super easy. I mean, I used to wear them just out to parties or brunch with friends. I mean, I feel like I wore them all the time, but I did have longer hair then, and so they were easy to just throw in. They weren't like a huge obvious, oh my gosh, your hair just grew 7 inches in a weekend. So, but last week I was like, yeah, you know what, I'm gonna see what they look like now that my hair's grown out a little bit more. And so I pulled them out of my little storage closet, and 14 years later, they actually still look really good. So what I have are these are 14-inch human hair extensions. And if you can see, they've got these little like clippy claws on them. And so you just pop them, stick them in your hair, and clamp it closed. So these I just freshly washed. After I'd gotten them out, they were in need of a bath. So you just wash them with your regular shampoo, conditioner. I do have shampoo and conditioner that are specifically made for human hair extensions. They're just a little bit more gentle, so just to help them last, which obviously they've lasted, so I guess it works. And they do have like spray and heat protector that you can use for them as well. But these, all I did was I took them in the shower with me, washed them, did conditioner, and then I just clip them on like a pants hanger and put it on my towel rack and just dry it like I do my regular hair with a hairdryer. But the nice thing about these being the human hair is first of all, they're dyeable. So these were actually dyed to match my hair back when. But you can also curl them. So you can see where I just curled one little section. And the curl actually holds really well. Like when I took these out, and they were in their little package, they still had curl from when I curled them last time, which was, I mean, more than 2 years ago. So, and the curl looks really natural. The hair looks really natural. I don't know if you can see super well, but yeah, they're just really good quality. I did a little looking, and I don't see that this brand, I couldn't find this brand anywhere, but I know they sell very similar looking ones on Amazon with really good reviews. So I'll tag some that I think look similar to these, just so you guys can try them on your own if you want to. But they're a lot of fun. You don't have to use all of them at once. You can even just do a few just to make your ponytail longer. You could just put one set in so that you could like wrap it or do a messy bun or whatever. So the nice thing about these packs is, like the one that I'm holding is what I'll call the short, and then they come in 3 different sizes. So there's the short, this one's a medium, it's just a little bit, and when I say medium, this one's just a little bit longer. They all have 3 clips, and then they have the longer one, which is also 3 clips, but is quite a bit longer. And then they come with these little single clip ones that I usually use kind of in this section of my hair. So anyway, I thought I'd just show you how quick and easy it is to put these suckers in and maybe give you a few tips, and I'll show you how I curl them up, but they're super easy. Anyway, just a one tip, I feel like they stay in better. Like if you just have freshly washed hair and your hair's, like I don't have a lot of texture in my hair, it's pretty straight. If you don't have, like it's fresh and clean, I feel like they slide a little bit more, so you might want to put like some dry shampoo or some texturizing spray or something in if you've got freshly clean hair and you're going to want to use these. But they work really well in like day 2 or day 3 hair, and I'm on day 2 hair right now, so this is probably like the best kind of texture to do. So anyway, things that you need, obviously a brush. I just have a bunch of these little clippy claws, a parting comb, you can see that just helps because you'll want to section your hair so that they stay in just right. There's kind of some patterns that you can do as far as like crisscrossing them so that they layer. You want to kind of work them in between your natural hair so that it just blends a little bit better. So I feel like every time I put them in completely different. So I kind of just go with the flow. So it's, like I said, it's super easy. Okay, so I'm gonna start, and I try to do I go from the bottom up and I try to do layers kind of along this way. So I'm gonna do this lower one and I go right about mid-ear, I guess. And the nice thing about this is that you want to, sorry, I got to concentrate to go straight on this one. You want it to not be the shortest part of where your hair is, because those strips, you want it to go all the way across. You don't want it to get too close to your hairline. So, you know what? I'm going to do it with my thumbs because I feel like I can feel a little bit better if I use my fingernails, and then I can, especially down here, it's not as important to get a perfectly straight line with these. Like if you were doing tape-in ones or like more permanent, then you'd want to have it really good and straight. Okay, let me grab my clip. Okay. All right, so with this one, this is kind of a shorter strip here. So I'm going to use, sorry, these are like falling all over the place. I'm going to use the shortest link. And like I said, I start with the middle and you just unclip, and then you take a really, really fine little clump of hair and you just put that claw right in, clip it closed, and then I just bring this around the side. And this is going to be getting pretty close to my ear. So I would not want to, if this happens, you can adjust it, like, I feel like it's pretty even. You could go up a little bit where your hair is wider. But if I'm just going to be wearing these down, I'm not real anxious about this because my ear will kind of hide it. Like I said, I do most of this off of just feel. And you don't want to like have a pooch, so you want to definitely pull it good and tight. Okay, so there's the first one. You can kind of see. I hope I'm staying in the camera. Okay, so the next one, I can feel where it's at, so I'm going to go just a little bit higher, just slightly above it, and you'll see what I get. Okay, so you can see where that one is. Now I'm going to go with, where's my medium one? I had them all laid out nice and in size, and now I've messed them all up. Okay, here's my medium one. All right, so clip and then just take a little tiny thin layer of hair. Clip it closed. Oh, that one doesn't feel like it got in there very good. I think I got it in the hair that's going up. There it is. That's secure. Okay. All right. So now I've got a short and a medium, and I'm getting really close to my ear right here. And so now you want to try to stay about maybe 2 inches away from your hairline. Otherwise you'll be able to see them, and you'll kind of see that here in a minute when I start getting up into the top of my head. So now I'm going to do kind of a crisscross. So I'm going to take one that goes from like here to here and one that goes from here to here. And that'll kind of distribute some of the hair a little bit better. And I feel like this is where I always just kind of go with whatever. Sometimes it ends up lining up right, sometimes it doesn't, but it's okay. It's not like precision. Okay, now I'm gonna need an extra clip. So if you can see, you wanna make sure that this hair is really well parted because you don't wanna end up like clipping some of that in. So I'm just gonna use one more clip to make sure it's going straight up. Okay, so I'm gonna go with the long one. There it is. And this one, I'm gonna start here just so I know where it's at. Okay. This is really hard doing it on a phone as opposed to just up in the mirror. All right. And you can tell that obviously my hair roots are much darker than the actual color of these, but again, that's okay. They'll all blend in. Okay, so there's the second one. And then here is third one. Okay, now I'm going to take a little bit, where'd that other clip go? There it is. I'm going to go a little bit higher here so I can crisscross that other one, so there's just a little bit of layer between the crisscrosses. Okay, I'm going to do the other long one, and this one was one that I already curled. And I also don't, just like personal preference, I don't like to get real close to my ear because I feel like my ear touches it, so I try to go up just a little bit above where it's at and behind. There we go. Okay. And the cool thing with these are they lay really flat. So I've actually like slept in them before, and they're not uncomfortable. I mean, they kind of itch at first, but I mean, this is definitely something you could put in and wear for a couple days. So I know this seems like it's taking a long time, but it's really, I mean, once you have them in, you can kind of wear them for a couple days and get your time out of it, I guess. Okay, this is another medium. And so I've got a medium and a short and then 4 of the little singles left. And I've got about this much hair. And I try to stay away from like where my natural part is and kind of away from the front. So I'm gonna do the medium one, another kind of a crisscross with the short one here, and then we'll put in the little single pieces. And I feel like the single pieces are what I mainly use to kind of figure out where I need to fill in and like blend. Okay. To get that up. Okay, perfect. All right, so get this guy. Okay. And remember to make that tight. Okay. Now I have one of the short threes left, and that one I'm going to take kind of around here because this is where my part is, and so I've got a little bit more wiggle room on this side. So my highest one up right now is here, so I'm going to go just a touch over it. Actually, I feel like I can do it better with my this way. I'm just going to grab some around this side. Okay, that should be good. Look at how crooked that is. But it's okay. It's a-okay. My hair's all falling out. All right, so this is the last little three strip. Short one. And I'm just gonna go right here. Okay. And there. Okay. All right, so I've got all the long pieces in. Just making sure nothing feels like it's too crazy out of place. Okay, so you can see kind of where we're at. And these are the 14-inch ones, like I said. So now I've got, oh, my little pieces fell on the floor. So now I've got 4 of these single clip ones. And these are where I try to, so, well, I've got something going crazy here. Ah, okay. I messed something up, and I'll show you how to fix it here. So somehow this just didn't get, and I could tell because it was kind of flopping. Okay, so we're just gonna put that in a little bit tighter. This is so hard with not having a mirror. All right, so I need it to be right about here. A tiny little bit of hair. I think it just didn't, I didn't get it pushed in real well. Okay, so it's popped. Now it's getting tight. That's not going anywhere. Okay. that's kind of, I kind of move my fingers through it so I can feel, oh, I have another one that came undone here. It's that weird strip. Usually doesn't happen. I just can't see where I'm putting these with the mirror. Okay, where did you go? There you are. Ah, it came unpopped, that's why. I gotta figure out where it went. There we go. There, it's good. Okay. And that's kind of how I can tell if I run my fingers through it, I can tell if anything's loose. Okay, that all feels good now. All right, so now we have, this one's gonna kind of bug me. It's all right, I'm not leaving them in for very long. So this is just for demonstration purposes. But I would definitely go back and probably tweak this one here a little bit because it's, I'll show you, it's really close to my ear, and so I can feel it. Like, it would just drive me nuts. I mean, it looks fine, it would just, I can feel it and it's strange. All right, so here's these single strips, and I usually, so here's my lowest one. I'm gonna go a little bit higher just to try to blend some more of this in. Like I said, these are the ones where you can kind of use to fill in where you feel like you might, like there's an obvious like difference between your real hair and your extension. Okay, so I'm gonna put one right about here. And there's 4. I almost wish they came with more of these short ones because I usually do, I would like to do 3 and 2, but since I only have 3 or 4 of them, I just kind of go wherever I feel like. So you can tell, yeah, huge difference in color. And like I said, these are dyeable, so I may go and get them colored to match my darker roots. You can, I know the ones that I saw on Amazon that you can buy. I'm doing the second one right here. Actually, no, I'm gonna blend it a little bit more. The ones that you can get on Amazon, you can actually get where they're more of like that ombre look, where they're darker on the top and they get lighter as they go. So that would probably be more ideal for me with my color. I used to have like super, super blonde hair, but when it started growing back after chemo, I just kind of let it be brown, and I'm okay with that. Okay. I just want to do one right here. Just because there's such a vast contrast between the color of the extension and the actual my actual hair, I'm going to be a little bit more picky about making sure they're well hidden underneath. Okay, I'm going to do one. So this doesn't seem like it's pretty obviously different. So I'm going to do one that's just kind of up a little bit higher. There we go. Okay, so that blended that some. This is still pretty unblended. Once I curl them, you really can't tell though. So now I've got this one lone soldier left, and I need to decide if I want to put it like more here to blend this thicker side, or here. I worry that to get that one blended really well, I'm going to have to be pretty close up in there. So for today's purposes, I'm just going to put them right here. can tell, you shouldn't be able to see anything. One of the hard things is not, once you get it all done, is not messing with it, because if you're touching it a lot, it's gonna loosen up. So yeah. Okay, now I'm just gonna curl it up so you guys see what it looks like and how easy that is, and then we'll call it good. I feel like these curl a little bit better than my natural hair. My hair doesn't always hold curl well, so I try to get as much of my regular hair in as I can, and then try to do it a little bit quicker in there we go, on the length of it. Initially, I felt that it was easier to curl my natural hair and then curl these and then put them in already curled. They just blended a little bit better that way. And I definitely think that that's easier than doing it like this, but since they were already straightened from being washed, I just decided to do it like this. But the nice thing is, once these are curled, I will be able to just curl my regular hair and throw these in because they'll already be curled. So you can kind of do it whichever way's easier. And I found this way to curl my hair that I feel like works really well. It works great on my girls' hair too. I start like kind of mid-shaft and curl, because I feel like if you start at the bottom and curl it up, the higher part isn't against the actual heat, and so then you end up with really curly at the bottom and not at the top. So I just kind of do like a twist and a pull, and then it gets that whole thing. And you always want to curl away from your face. I don't know if that's something I feel like is kind of an obvious thing, but okay. I'm just gonna go throw a bunch of curls in. I obviously spend a little bit more time getting them even if I was gonna be going somewhere wearing these for longer, but I'm just doing this to show you guys how quick and easy it is. And then you can also, you'll be able to see how much better it blends. Okay. I'm gonna miss some big sections, but it's okay for now. Okay. I didn't get that all the way down. Oh well. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what pieces I've curled and I haven't before. I don't want this video to go on all day. All right. So I always do this little piece, even in my regular hair. I try to do it last. Does anybody else use their teeth to do their bobby pins? It's so gross, but whatever. You do want to leave just a little bit out, but not as much as I did on that other one. It's so hard to see without. And you guys might notice how old my curling iron is. You guys, I've had this curling iron for like probably 20 years, and it's like the best curling iron ever. I've tried other ones, like ones that I've got my daughters, and man, I always go back to this one. It's like, what is it, a Conair, can't read upside down. Infinity Conair. You can barely even see, there's so much stuff stuck to it. Okay, get this top part. Just a little bit more. There we go. All right, let's do these last little sections. And I cut my hand around it. I don't know if it does anything, but I feel like it kind of traps the heat. A little bit more to hold the curl better. Okay, last little piece that I'm going to do. I mean, obviously there's probably some in the back that I need to do, but I'm not going to worry about it right at this moment, just because I'm excited to show you guys how it blends so well. Okay. Is there anything just, I guess I could get some of these. I'll do some of this piece right here because I can tell that it's not at all done. I guess some of it's a little bit. Okay. This is gonna drive me nuts. I just gotta fix it. It's just a little bit straighter than I usually do. Same with this piece. I can't figure there, but no depth perception. Okay. Here we go. And then I just finger through. That darn one popped out again. Oh, it's just that little one. Okay, never mind. See how nice and curly it got? Now he's getting tight. Okay. So, there we go. No, like I said, I didn't get all the back, but you can kind of see how it is. So, there's how I grow 7 inches of hair in like a half an hour. So, I will link some of the stuff that I used, like the parting brush, and I'll go on Amazon and try to find some that have reviews that sound like they're fairly similar to these. But they're so much fun. Just a fun way to add a little bit of different look to your everyday, you know, going for vacation or fun event. But yeah, so thanks for tuning in, and I will get all those linked below. Have a good week, guys. Bye.